Good morning, afternoon, or evening, everybody. This is another Gray Market AMA, this time with our friends at AcquireFi, a follow-up to the AMA we did a few months ago with them. A lot of progress has been made since then, and there's a lot of exciting things coming up with AcquireFi, so we definitely wanted to take this opportunity to get the team in to answer our burning questions. I know we in this chat have gotten a lot of them recently. So without further ado, Harrison, Brad, why don't you guys introduce yourselves and give us a quick elevator recap of AcquireFi?
Yeah, absolutely, man. It feels like it's been a whole lifetime since we were on here with you guys last.
Yeah,
so thanks for
indeed.
having us back. Yeah, so I'm Harrison Fry, the Chief Growth Officer here at AcquireFi, and what we've been doing the past 6 months, I believe it's been since we've been on here. Man, so many things. We've been growing the marketplace, growing our deal flow, growing our investment pools. So to recap what we do here at AcquireFi, top level view is well, actually, let's let Brad introduce himself too.
Hey, good afternoon or evening or morning for whoever's out there, everybody. Brad Holland, CMO, and I'm basically working with Acquire here since the last gig with Harrison and Jan. We come from a boutique marketing shop, and we were doing IDO launches and growth campaigns together before we started this. And now we're excited to bring something novel to the market and talk about this and answer your questions because, you know, it's super important when something hasn't been done before, right? So this is something that's brand new, NFTization of companies and assets and real world ownership. So it's really cool to engage and talk to everybody and get you guys hyped up about the investing and the token and what we have going on. So I appreciate being here.
Yeah, it's been a while. I know you guys have been busy. I've been peeping in on your Discord every once in a while. So for those who might come in completely new, we've definitely had some people join since the last time who might not know about AcquireFi. I know we had the amazing opportunity to get in at seed for you guys. So can you give us just a quick elevator pitch of what AcquireFi is? What's unique about it? What are people looking at when they first join your Discord?
Cool. Yeah, I'll give you a flyover real quick. So there's two sides to AcquireFi as a whole, right? This is a M&A platform, the first of its kind, the only place that it will exist where investors can browse and shop Web3 innovation per se, right? So we have projects that are exclusive to our platform, and we are part of networks that so we're able to offer exclusive deal flow. So one of the unique things is that we are going to be offering businesses for sale that are not offered anywhere else, and we'll be able to offer these in a couple of different capacities. So aside from just the Web3 and business for sale, we have investing. So this is a novel program where crowdfunding crypto to encumber real world assets and own this through NFTization. So this is going to be something that it's like a big topic. It's highly demanded right now. A lot of people want to diversify their crypto portfolios, have real world yield, and look at how they can leverage this right now in today's market. So that's really the main platform and product is what we have is Web3 deals, and we have investing pools that's going to have all types of different asset classes: gold, watches, supercars, businesses for sale, and IP.
Very exciting stuff. So it's been a couple months, to say the least, since you guys were here. And I guess before we go any further, Of course, everybody listening, nothing in this AMA should be considered financial advice. This is only for educational entertainment purposes. Please do your own research. So, with that in mind, your ICO is coming up. Can you tell us more about that? It's coming up pretty soon, I believe.
Then, yeah. Harrison, you want to talk about the launch plan, or you want me to go over it?
I'll go over it. Yeah, so man, we've been nonstop for the past few weeks doing the planning on around everything. So launch plan. Basically, we've got several different launch pads that we're working with. Trust Swap and Blockpad being the most famous of the two that you guys might know. And we're launching basically up until the 28th. Each launch pad has its own launch dates and time ranges and stuff. Like TrustPad's only a 4-hour launch period. A few of them we're actually working with Dodo as well. We set up, that's a decentralized launch pad. We're working with them. That's like a several day campaign. But yeah, so we're launching across all these launch pads, gaining more users because of it, and also we're raising 600K in our public round across those launch pads. And then we're also on the 28th launching with 2 different centralized exchanges. I'm like about to something I've been doing right now is about to sign the paperwork for one of the exchanges. So I don't really think I can say it right now. But we will announce the centralized exchanges that we're working with very soon here. But they're both really exciting and come with a lot of clout and everything. So yeah, that's the plan. This next week is basically launching across several different launch pads, and then on the 28th, the launch pads stop, and we distribute actually 15% of just based on our vesting, we distribute 15% of each ticket in the public round, and then vesting over 6 months across any of those launchpad participants, and then of course the centralized exchanges, those are as well on the 28th.
So okay.
Yeah. And I know Brad's been doing like a whole bunch of different marketing campaigns on that front. So it's been we've had actually a crazy influx of users and community members over the past few weeks, with just based on all the marketing we've been doing. We actually have a 45K challenge that we're giving away 45K across our campaigns, which is pretty crazy right now. I don't think anyone's doing that. Brad the Dreamer has dreamed up some awesome cool campaigns that we've been running. So it's been really exciting over here. A whole lot of momentum, and it's been not a lot of sleep, but we're moving and grooving.
Well, wow, you guys clearly have it busy. So 2 centralized exchanges coming on the 28th, and that's going to be a transition from your launch pad, your multiple launch pads that are going to start and end this week into the 2 centralized exchanges. Okay, so that's pretty good. So launch is looking good for 1 week from today.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah, and I know actually True PNL is one of our launch pads. They've already started. They already opened their pool. And yeah.
Okay, so for tokenomics, let's talk about tokenomics, which is one of the biggest burning questions that we've gotten here in this Discord, especially since we got in at a bit earlier of a level.
Right.
Walk us through. Walk us through our own tokenomics that we got at our seed, and then if you could walk us through the tokenomics that you're saying people are getting with Launchpad as vesting, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah. So you guys got in at Private One, and you guys got in really early. So I definitely thank you guys for all your support that you showed us early on. We've that was actually really great milestone for us. So we appreciate you guys very much, and have not forgotten about you. We've talked about you guys several times over the past few months, and Gray and I have been in communication this whole time, and always trying to pass you guys information when it comes out. We release like investor updates and stuff, and I try to make sure that Gray has that, and I think he's been posting it. If there's anything more I can do also for you guys, please don't hesitate to reach out or go through Gray or whoever. I'm not following the Discord so much, but definitely you can drop me a line or whatever on email or Discord or whatever, Twitter or Telegram. So yeah, definitely if there's anything else I can do, please don't hesitate to ask. And then so tokenomics, we've changed. I think we've changed once for the better, for sure for you guys, since the original raise. So vesting. So you guys are your Private One and your, let's see, pulling up right now. So yeah, we've actually reduced the total. We reduced the total amount of tokens for sale, which is a good thing. There will be less tokens out across all investors, which means that more of it's in our treasury and being used for liquidity, staking, things like our centralized exchanges, treasury marketing efforts, things like that. And your staking, it starts 45 days after TGE, and it's a 10-month daily interval. And your pricing is, you guys got it at, let's see, I think, so we didn't adjust your pricing. We adjust anyone else that came in after you guys, but your original pricing stayed the same. So that's 0.038 cents, and we're launching at 10 cents. And we're going to be using team.finance for our claimer. So you guys will be able to sign in with your wallet address. So I have a list of everybody's investment and their wallet addresses, and basically you guys get whitelisted on a team.finance claimer. So I can give you more information on that. But basically you just go on to team.finance, you sign in with your wallet, and you can claim any vested tokens after the 45-day cliff. And yeah, then they're free and in your wallet. And it's daily vesting. Of course, it's ERC20, so consider gas, but you're able to claim it every day if you so choose to. Does that answer? I think I've given a good amount, probably maybe a little.
Yeah, that's good. 45 days after, daily linear vesting. Of course, ERC20, yeah, gas. So let's not be claiming every day, guys. That's gonna get real pricey real quick. So you also mentioned vesting for your launchpad. People who buy through that, is there information on that?
So if you want to, you're saying if you want to purchase additional?
Yes, if you want to purchase additional through your launchpad. Yeah,
so that's going to be the same. Well, I mean, it depends on the launchpad, but mostly it's going to, we're also using team.finance. We've partnered pretty well with TrustSwap. So and TrustSwap owns team.finance as well. They own a whole bunch of products. So we've gone with team.finance as our claimer. So if you're purchasing with a launchpad, most likely you're also using team.finance. If you're going to be using like a lot. Like so we have several different launch pads, but if you're purchasing through TrustSwap, obviously you'd use that. If you're purchasing through Dodo, they have their own claimer. If you're purchasing through, let's see, who else? If you're purchasing a Waze pad, they have their own claimer. But I can give you a list of all the confirmed launch pads that we're working with. So those are BlockPad, TruePNL, Dodo, WazePad, TrustSwap, Zelwin.finance, and MarsPad. And the reason we're using so many launch pads is basically because one, we really like the idea of having a bigger community. The more smaller tickets we give, the more community members that we get, and the smaller tickets per community member. So if one person decides to dump, it's less sell pressure and everything. The other reason is just the timing of the market right now. It's hard to get really big tickets. Like TrustSwap, for example, they're usually doing $1 million tickets and $1.8 million tickets and things. That's what they're capable of. Even a few months ago, but they didn't feel like they were, the market conditions were able to give them such large tickets. So we've with them, we're doing a 150K ticket. And we've basically, done a whole bunch of launch pads at smaller tickets. It's way more work for me, and I'm pulling my hair out, but it's better for the project. It's better for community building. We have a lot more marketing now. Each one of these launch pads has its own marketing benefits that it comes with, and its own community that it leverages. And also we're kind of leveraging our the persona of the people. Each launchpad kind of has its own clientele as well. So like WazePad, for example, is mostly like Indonesian and Central Asia, where TrustSwap is a lot of European and US. Actually, sorry, not US, but most like European and Canadian. And then BlockPad is a lot more European as well, as well as TruePNL. So we're like kind of spanning the globe a lot better, if that makes sense too.
All right. Well, definitely the more the better. So that's what I had to ask. We got quite a few questions in here from our community members. So let's start at the top here. When dealing with real estate investment pools, will the AcquireFi team be the ones managing the school/rental properties /tenants, etc.? How will management work? And for the collectibles, who will hold on to those?
Yeah, great question for this whole real world assets and companies and yield topic here. So as far as when it comes to equity in a company, which is the DK schools, that is only going to be you're going to get the shares and NFTs in that asset class, right? So if you're buying into a profitable company, you're buying 10% in this pool. One SPV will be formed, which will acquire 10% of that company, and then the SPV is broken into shares, which will be NFT'd and distributed to investors. As far as buying like a collectible or valuable, like say a stack of gold coins, $100,000 ticket or pool goes up for something like this. Now this asset will be an SPV will be formed. It will acquire the gold. The shares will be broken up, NFT sent to investors. Now this has a management fee where it will be a part of the investment pool itself. The plan is to store it for 5 years with a audited insured provider or a owned vault, but some secure method that up to standards of securing something of that value. And it'll be a monthly fee or annual fee for this. And, if you look at that as part of the investment is securing it, right? So in that regard, the SPV would include a management fee and it would report to the investors that, okay, for the fee, this is what you have. Here's your certificate of authenticity, certificate of, where it's being stored from the carrier, or et cetera, insurance documents. So you know that that asset's safe and secured, and it's owned by the SPV, which you own shares of. What was the third asset in this line, please? I forgot. Sorry.
There was managing
Real
these
estate.
school rental properties, tenants, etc.
Okay, real estate, correct. Okay, so let's just say there is a pool for an apartment, luxury high rise or something, right? Rental property. Now, in the investment pool, there will have to be some sort of agreement on that this property will be managed by a property manager, whatever the fees are, and terms for everything, right? What happens if there's a fire, right? Do you have insurance, or everyone agrees that you just don't have flood insurance or something like that, right? So you can set this up as you would as any retail buyer of property, and in the deal, it will all be governed by the SPV. So you'll know up front, and you'll look at these pools. You'll be able to read about them on the website when it goes live, and all of the investment information will be there. So if it is a real estate pool, it'll show that this is the type of real estate it is. This is what the investment strategy is. This is what the, say it has earnings already, say it's Airbnb property, for example. So in things like this, when we go live, you'll be able to actually see the investment pool, all of the details about it on the web pages themselves, and these things will be included for each asset class.
Yeah, I think like just to elaborate too, we're not in the business of trying to manage any type of asset. So basically partnering up with different managers and you know asset managers, and like for example, we're looking to partner with one prop chain. They're a pretty big actually real estate management, and they have a crypto arm as well. So no, we're not collecting rent and picking tenants and stuff. We're partnering with other managers in that sense. We're basically just providing the infrastructure and the ability to invest. There is some cases where there's a certain amount of management that we're doing more of, like on the watches, for example. Those are actually probably going to be like physically picked up by one of our co-founders, and placed in a secure box. But like the actual management, so like how that looks is using like a Brink security box in an undisclosed location, that comes with certificate of authenticity, certificate of they weigh it, they make sure that it's the same weight every month, or every few months, that then we then release to our investors. And then the watch, for example, comes with the certificate of authenticity and all that. So more like the financial management end rather than the actual asset management.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So moving forward here, is there any deal closed by the acquire team between buyers and sellers till now? If so, how many?
There has been
Together,
none
yeah,
as
it's
far as like M&A transactions, and no, I have not yet.
yeah. There's like several deals that are still in LOIs, due diligence with buyers, but it's been the market's been not like it's been scary for a lot of buyers that we've been dealing with. And but it is getting better. We're getting more and more hits, and also I'll say that our deal flow is certainly getting way more mature and way more like just better, and we're getting better as well. So it's been very promising on that front as well. And our like each week now we have better and better deal flow than when we started. I think we're at like right around 50 deals for sale now, and the vast majority of them are like deals that you can point to and say that's good. There's still some lower end deals that are not as juicy, but there's some really good ones.
All right. So for all of us being in seed/private one/whatever, since we are going to be vesting for quite a while, could your team go over their vision on how they plan to drive value to the acquired token over the next 2 years?
Sure.
Yeah, the token itself, like the tokenomics, it's been the rewards mechanism. It's been presented as a buyback and burn deflationary mechanism, which is tied to the performance of AcquireFi as far as our deal flow and how the pools are going. So the plan is that through profits, once a company reaches profitability, that the profits are taken, shared with the community by buyback and burns. So the value will come from the performance of AcquireFi as well as the performance of the token, I guess, on the speculative market, right? So if a lot of people do get going with this and it's growing from those reasons, and then the long-term benefit is going to be when the company's reaching higher profit levels, that those are being shared and is rewarded into the community.
Okay.
In addition, the more and more pools that we continue opening, that provides like just more value overall for every token holder to be able to get in, and earn that way as well.
Okay, so rewards. So you got a rewards mechanism in place. Is there going to be staking?
Yes, staking and LP farming, and another like important. Another important utility is based around in the future having due diligence DAO that we're going to create, where basically anyone can submit a project for sale or for review, and potentially receive referral fees, as well as additionally, we want to create another raise where we're creating a fund that is able to look at these projects that are for sale, because our deal flow is very exclusive, and it's not something that anyone can find anywhere else. Like a lot of the venture deal flow right now floating around in telegrams and and across all crypto communities, those venture deal flows is a lot of, like, most of it's public, right? Like if someone came across our raise, our deck, they've probably it's been passed around a whole lot, and I can tell just based on our doc send, right? Like there's hundreds of people that have viewed our deck, right? And I'm a part of a lot of VC groups as well, and a lot of the same decks get shared. But the acquisition deal flow that we have is not shared because it's exclusive. There's only like, if you're selling a company, there's nowhere to go. So we are the one place that you can go. And we are now like basically driving the narrative of that whole thing. So we're able to look at all this deal flow before it goes live, and give our top tier token holders access to that as well. And then as an additional fund that we hope to raise in the future, this is probably a year down the line. We're now able to react off some of this deal flow. If there's a certain amount of deal flow that's super juicy, that we feel that is a good investment, we're able to bring that to our fund, buy it or flip it, depending on how the deal looks. So it's very, there's a whole lot of opportunity on that end as well, and the utility for you guys and all the current token holders is basically first access to that raise, and then we haven't really structured it yet, so I don't want to go too far ahead of myself. But for sure, you know, some kind of guaranteed allocation or you know, access to that fund.
Okay, so do we have any hard numbers regarding staking percentages or LP farming?
Not yet. It's so the
No,
LP
that's not
farming.
yet.
Yeah, the LP farming is obviously gonna change as it as time goes on. And in terms of what we're starting with, I'm actually not totally sure. I should talk to I can talk to our CTO where we're starting at, but the um, staking is also in the air as well.
All right. Let's see if there are any more questions here. Oh, I'm getting trolled. Oh my god, these guys. Yes, we did ask Pix's question. Has not happened yet. We will get there. Does anybody else have any more questions they want to have answered by the team? Could you briefly go over the school deal?
Yeah, Brett.
Sure. Yeah, I'll just run through this. So this was this school. It's a government-backed school, which is makes it pretty reliable. And this company's existed for over, I think, 10, 20 years. And the history is it's been very steady and very consistent returns for the owners. So this DK Acquisitions is buying several schools across Europe, and they're building a portfolio. They're these Montessori private schools, a little bit more elite, I guess, smaller and more, I guess, prestigious. So these types of schools are being acquired by a portfolio company, and this particular acquisition is going to be one of those that we're able to get in on because of our relationship with our chief M&A officer. So he was able to get us into the position where a buyer pool can be formed and get 10% equity in one of these schools. So this is where the deal stems from. And like I said, when we're able to launch the marketplace, you'll be able to see this deal, read all about it. There'll be an introductory video, a tour, a walkthrough. You can see the kids, the playground, everything about it. And also, this comes with financial history. So you'll be able to look and verify financial data and make a solid decision on what it looks like to you.
Yeah, just to build off that, like the deal flow that Ken, our chief acquisitions officer, is like bringing in, and he's been in the industry for 16 years and been doing these kind of transactions for 16 years. So the amount of like kind of alpha that surrounds him and everything he's bringing in is a big cornerstone to what we're bringing in and offering to our community and what we're able to prove or to
Yeah, there is
verify.
also he did 2 YouTube videos that did a highlight on this acquisition. If you go to our channel, scroll back in a couple of the videos, you'll see a one-on-one with our brand ambassador Ken Mack, and they go over exactly what the school deal is. So it may be a little bit more informative than my answer right here, for sure.
All right, good to know. Any more questions, guys?
I can I'll paste in our YouTube account, guys.
Oh yeah, feel free to post that wherever so everybody can take a look. There we are. Check that out, guys. Any further questions? Aaron, you got something else for us?
Feel free to keep trolling him. It's kind of entertaining.
Yeah, of course. Briefly, briefly go
yeah.
over what beta launch entails
Over the
versus
launch.
MVP launch.
Okay, that's cool. We just went over this recent video as well. It's a popular question right now. So the TGE happens in a week, like we said, and that gets things going. And along with the TGE event, there is going to be the private closed beta, is what we're calling it. Right? It's a closed group. The people who are allowed to participate are whitelisters that have been fully KYC'd and are part of the token community. They're the first that are going to be able to see it. And they're going to be looking at the very first MVP version. And this is going to last 2 to 3 weeks. It's not hard date yet for launch. But then after testing period for this private closed beta with whitelisters, that it'll go public and everybody will see the very first version some weeks down the line.
I'll make sure that you guys, the whole gray, every wallet has a ability to access it. So what it'll look like is just a button on our website that says either apply for beta or enter beta, and then you guys can get a link to sign up for the beta access, and then I'll make sure that all the gray guys get it. There is a certain amount of things that certain amount of functionality that you need KYC for. So keep that in mind as well.
All
We're
right.
using SumSub as our KYC partner.
Okay. That sounds fantastic. Early access for us gray folks once again. Just another great reason to be in this community. Does anybody else have any more questions for our AcquireFi friends before we wrap things up?
Or if anyone wants to scroll meta.
Yeah, you can do that. You can just ask the same question over and over again. What sexes are going to be? Are you gonna list on? All those fun questions that can just be redundant about. All right. It doesn't seem like anybody's got any more further questions. So to wrap things up, Harrison, Brad, if you guys want to quickly do an outro on yourselves, your positions in the AcquireFi company, and what your dream vision is for AcquireFi, we can wrap this up.
I like that one.
Yeah, dream vision.
Your dream vision.
Thank you guys for having me. I'm Brad Holland, the CMO. Do go over and check out Telegram and see what's going on and how things are going. We're growing at like 100 and something persons per hour are coming in right now, so things are really starting to get rocking and rolling. And like we said, we have grand prize winners happening and all week long up into the token generation event. So thank you so much, and I hope to see you guys in the community on the white label beta group and getting feedback from everybody.
Yeah, this is Harrison Fry, Chief Growth Officer. I've been handling a lot of our raise, partnerships, and everything like that. We have now 30 plus partners, 20 plus refers. It's been a big part of what I've been doing the past months, and also focus on the raise and dealing, managing communications with you guys and everything like that. Please reach out if there's any questions, as I said, or anything I can do for you guys. You guys are, one of our original investors, so we hold you guys deep in our hearts. So please reach out. And yeah, definitely check out our socials, as well as our 45K challenge that we still have going on, and I will actually post that in the group right now.
Oh yes, please do. I noticed that as well. I think some of us might be very interested in.
Yeah, I mean, it's like
getting into that.
It's like just follow the socials, like the typical Glean campaign. It's pretty simple, and you can get a bunch of money. So why not do it?
Why not follow the socials? Win possibly $45,000. Just pretty simple stuff there.
It's your first place 25, second place 15.
25. Okay, so only 25. Only 25,000. I don't know. Okay. So
It's even better. There's 3 chances to win.
exactly 3 chances to win there. So
If you're a gambler, you like to put it all on red, or you like the numbers, So that's how you play
absolutely.
with it. And yeah, dream vision of Acquirify, being the number one driver and um, narrative um, narrative pusher of merger and acquisition in crypto and Web3, and being the go-to place for advisory, deal flow, and escrow usage for Web3, on-chain and off-chain acquisitions, as well as being a major player in the real-world asset pools. There are a few competitors there, but we're there's plenty of space in the market as well, and we're of course talking to those guys too. So it's there's a lot of vision, and then also that fund that I was alluding to before, that we're able to react off our deal flow and push it forward. But that's a bit down the line. That's my vision for Acquirify. I like that question.
Well, you guys have clearly been hard at work. Of course, we always wish you the best. And thank you both for taking the time to come in and update us on the project. Key takeaways: 1 week till ICO, listing on 2 centralized exchanges, TBD, and launch pads all the way gonna be starting. The first one's already happened? You said, right?
Yeah, True P&L has started already, and the other ones have various launch dates.
Yeah, slated this week up to ICO. So get excited, guys. We're finally at the end of the road, or I guess rather we're at the start of the road. So yeah, thank you both for coming in once again, taking your time to update us investors. This has been another Gray Market AMA update with our friends at Acquirify. I am Meta, your community manager. The video for this AMA will be up in about an hour, probably. Once I get it all updated, squared away, edited, etc., etc. So keep a lookout for that for those of you who missed it, or those of you who couldn't hear, i.e. picks. So thank you guys once again. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and hope to talk to you guys again soon.
Don, you got it. You too. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.